Hey y'all, hola mi gente, it's your favorite Georgia Rican, Kayla here with another quick, easy, yummy, and delicious treat. So I've been craving a Puerto Rican classic favorite flan. Here in the South, creme brulee, people love it. Custards, it's kind of like a custard, it's kind of like a cheesecake, but Puerto Rican style. It has the caramel, like a caramel brulee, but instead of it being hard, it's just coating the outside of your dessert. Wonderfully delicious. You're going to make your own caramel by just melting down sugar, and you want it kind of like a golden amber color. You don't want to let it go too far or it'll burn, and then your dessert will be ruined. So if it does burn, you might as well throw it out and start from scratch. Be mindful not to touch the caramel with your finger, to dip it, or with a spoon and put it on your tongue. It will scald and burn you. Caramel is ruthless with its heat, so it will hurt you bad. And also, I like to do it with a wooden spoon because a wooden spoon doesn't retain heat and it protects you. If you use a metal spoon, it's going to retain heat. You're going to have to use like an oven mitt or something like that. But if you use a wooden spoon, then you're good to keep on mixing it. Then you're going to pour it into the pan. Then you're going to put this on top of the pan. Now, when you pour your batter on top of your caramel, and make sure you kind of run it up the sides. You got to move pretty quickly because it will harden quickly. You can use aluminum pan, metal pans. I'm using glass pans because I have two that nestle good together. And just be mindful, a metal pan is going to get hot because that caramel is hot too, so you just move quickly with it. But once you put your caramel in here, like I said, spread it out as much as you can by moving it around. Then it's going to get hard pretty quick. When you start putting your batter in, you're going to hear it kind of crackling, kind of like you might get scared like maybe it's your pan cracking. It's not. It's just this is a cold mixture going with a hot, it's almost like glass, the caramel. But once it gets in the oven, it's going to melt back up and be that syrupy caramel on top. Delicious. Now, flan de queso is one of my favorite, and coconut flavor, y'all know if y'all watched any of my videos, is one of my ultimate favorite flavors as well. But flan is so versatile and can be made so many different ways. You can make pumpkin, salted caramel, guava. There's so many different ways you can make flan. Also, there's flan queso, which is like a 2-layered flan where you have chocolate cake or vanilla cake, whatever kind of flavor cake you want. Underneath, the flan's on top with the caramel. I've made it before. It's super yummy too. So flan, you can do it without the cheese, but I love the cheese and it makes it a little thicker like a cheesecake would be, but flavored like flan. And it's not your gelatin, wiggly flan like some people are used to. It's just super delicious. So we're going to use 1 cream cheese, which is 8 ounce. I'm going to use coconut milk instead of the evaporated milk that you would normally do in a traditional flan. Sweetened condensed milk. You also could do it the opposite way, where you use evaporated milk and then cream of coconut, that thicker, sugary. You can do it that way as well too. But this is what I had on hand and wanted to use. I like to use my cream of coconut for pina coladas and other things like that. I have 5 eggs and then pure vanilla and some coconut extract. We're not going to put sugar in the batter, because the sweetened condensed milk is sweet enough. You don't need to add any extra sugar. Plus, it's going to be coated in sugar. So, let's get with it. I'm going to start off by, let's see if I can turn the camera a little bit. All right. We're going to use a mixer, well, blender, because it just blends. So, this is what you'll need for the flan de queso coconut flavored. So, just 1 8-ounce of Philadelphia cream cheese. I have 5 eggs, sugar, sweetened condensed milk. I have some vanilla extract, some coconut extract. I'm using coconut milk instead of evaporated milk. And I'm going to do it all in my blender, and it's going to make it super easy and quick with no lumps. And the cheese is just going to be very smooth, because you want a smooth batter. Also, you want to do a double, well, I don't know what this is called, a bath water, I guess. That's what you'd call it in English. And so you just want to make sure whatever pan that you're going to use for your flan can fit in another pan. And you just want the water to go up halfway up its sides. We're going to melt about a cup, a little bit over a cup, because it's kind of wide. It's not like a round one. So I'm going to do, I think, a cup and a quarter to a cup and a half of sugar. Melt that down to make your caramel and put it in here. And then I'm going to blend all these up and pour it in and get it in the oven. All right, so I put a cup and a half of sugar in here, and I have it on medium high for right now, just to get it going. Remember, use a wooden spoon to get your caramel going. I'm just gonna move it around, let the heat get to it. Just keep watching it. You can always just pull back and see if it's crystallizing and melting together. This is going to take several minutes, so be very patient with it. Don't try to rush it because it will burn quick on you. Remember how I was saying you can pull back and see? Yep, it's starting to. So just keep moving it around. It's going to kind of crystallize a little bit and melt and kind of get clumpy like this. But you just keep being patient with it. I have my heat set now to like medium low. Getting nice and amber. You just want to get all those little pieces of sugar melted. I use my spoon to just kind of hit it, moving it around to evenly distribute that heat. I took it off the heat and I just kept moving around with the heat that was in the pan, and look at all those little pieces that were not melted or completely melted. Again, cautious, this is caramel, extremely hot. You don't want to let your kids put their finger in on it, lick the spoon right now. It is lethal. It is very, very harmful. Now we're just going to put this on our pan. Now moving quickly, I'm going to spread this all around in the pan. Yummy caramel. Alright, so this right here. Then I'm going to move this around. Kind of letting it go up the sides and around as quickly as I can because it is hot. Sorry, it's hard to do with one hand. You're going to want everything at like room temperature, because that way it just works better that way and everything's smooth. We're going to go ahead. I'm telling you, it's super easy. You just drop everything in here and forget it. So let's get going. I'm going to start with my coconut milk. Smells so good. And this is a 13.5 ounce can. I'm gonna use a 14-ounce can of sweetened condensed milk. And this is amazing. And I just found out that they make a sweetened condensed coconut milk, And they also make sweetened condensed pumpkin flavored. Because I bought some last year or the year before that. All right, I should have got like a little spatula. I'll get a little spatula. Now I'm gonna go ahead and put the cream cheese in here and crack these eggs. 1, 2, 4, 5. Now all we need is a little bit of coconut flavor. I'm going to do 1 teaspoon. And then a little bit of vanilla. 3/4 teaspoon of vanilla. I want more coconut flavor. The vanilla just turns kind of really into a sweet kind of flavoring. We're gonna mix it up and let's do. Let me see that. Okay, our batter is nice and smooth and ready. Our caramel is nice and done and in our pot. So here we go. You hear that crackling? That's that sugar. I had preheated my oven to 350 degrees. So see, it's all out. Oh my goodness, it smells so good. Okay, so now what I'm gonna do is stick it in the oven for about 35 minutes and then keep checking it in 5-minute increments with a toothpick. Just want it to come out smooth. A quick tip, a quick easy way to clean your blender is just to put some water, few drops of like Dawn dish soap or whatever dish soap that you use, close it up and bring it back here. So that's exactly what I'm gonna do. Put a little bit of water, 1 little pump. Make sure you put the lid on. And there is a clean mode. Pretty simple. Easy peasy. We're gonna check it out because the timer beat, and I had set it for like 35 minutes and then I had put 10 more minutes. Look at that. It came out clean, so I think it's ready. Let it sit here for a minute. Then I'm gonna take it out of the water bath. Turn off my oven. Ooh, I cannot wait. Now I'm just gonna get a knife and kind of separate this top a little bit. It shouldn't be really attached, but the top, you know, just breaking that seal a little bit. And I don't know if you noticed when I first did it, right here, all that caramel just came up to the top. Just breaking that seal. And that's it. Then you need to let this completely cool before you turn it over. So I'm gonna let it sit for room temperature for about, well, it won't get to room temperature, but let it sit here for 30 minutes. You don't want to get something so hot immediately in the fridge, especially a glass dish. You don't want it to shatter or anything like that. Same thing if you're cooking with stoneware. You don't want to do a shock of temperature to it because it will crack. So there you have it, and I'll be back with you when it's ready to flip and taste. All right, time to chill. I'll probably need a good 3 to 4 hours chill before I can take it out. Hey y'all, hola mi gente, I'm back. It's been a couple hours. My flan has been chilling in the fridge. Now it's time to turn it over. I have this metal tray, and I like to use metal just not on everything, but on this, because metal gets cold quickly. So when I'm in a rush to trying to cool this, and it has a lip, you want to use a tray that has a lip so that when the caramelo runs over, it doesn't, overflow. And you want a tray that's smaller than your pan, and this is perfect. It works every time. So, and I want to eat it as quick as I can. So if I use something that will get the coldness faster, that'll work. All right. Wish me luck. I have a feeling I'm going to spill caramelo all over this, but because it's not a flat fit, because the handles are kind of hitting the side. So, oh my gosh, here goes nothing. I feel like when I flip it like this, I'm going to just splatter you guys with caramel. Oh my goodness. Okay, here goes nothing. I got to do it quick and fast. Maybe I can put my hand underneath it over here. And then do it like that, okay? 1, 2, 3. Yay! I didn't cover my kitchen with a mess. I don't know, let me push this back a little bit. Let's see, let me lift this up. Some of the caramel. It started getting hard again, but look at that. That is amazing. Let me rinse my hands off and show you guys. Look at this flan. You can double up the recipe. I had a kind of wide pan so it's thin, but you can do it in a shorter, like a brownie pan would make it thicker or whatever. But this won't stay long in my house. It's just me, my husband, and our son from college, who's home from college, because our daughter, some of y'all may not know, but she's special needs and she doesn't eat anything by mouth. So she doesn't get to taste these wonderful foods. Or else I have her in this kitchen helping me. All right. I think it's cold enough maybe where I can like take a little piece and taste it. Let me see. Hold that. Okay, I just cut me a little piece. So I'm telling you, if you've never had flan de queso, or just flan in Puerto Rican flan, you're missing out. Putting a little bit of that. It doesn't need it, but why not? See that? All right, let me slide this over. let me bring you a little bit closer. Let's see. Sorry, I'm gonna have the girls all in your face. I actually call this my shelf for women, bigger chested women like me. I'm always saying, oh my goodness, I'm dropping things on my shelf because it catches everything. All right, y'all. Let me see. Let me see. It's so good. Look at that. See that? Bang. Oh my God. It basically melts in your mouth. That caramel is so light but delicious. So sweet, but not like crazy over the top sweet. And I just got that hint of the cocoa. This is sabroso. Riquísimo. This is delicious, y'all. Not because I made it. Even though that's an obvious. I'm so humble, right? I've been blessed with a wonderful mom that has taught me how to cook all kinds of things. And she didn't hold, our culture from us, even though we traveled the world with our dad being in the military. Oh my goodness. I could eat another piece, but I'm not. It's 9 o'clock at night, okay? It took that long to get it chilled, and it's cold enough where I can eat it. If it was warm, I would have put it back because it's just better. The colder, the better. Y'all, this would be so cute. Okay, so maybe you're intimidated to make one big one like this because of the whole flipping over process, kind of like what I was dreading. But if you have little ramekins, do it in your ramekins, almost like if it was a creme brulee. You're cooking it just like you do creme brulee in a water bath. So get you like a 9x13 dish. So then you can put the sugar. You'd have to put the sugar in the bottom individually. It's just the opposite of creme brulee. Creme brulee, you do your creme brulee and then you put sugar on top and you torch it. We're doing the opposite. We're melting our sugar first, putting it at the bottom instead of the top, putting our custard on top of there, baking it, and then flipping it over. This would be so cute for a dinner party whenever a Corona decides to leave us alone already. Please, Corona, vete. Pa fuera ya. Get out of here. Get on out of here. Like they say here in the South, get on out of here. Can't bend down because, okay. But have a little dinner party and have these in ramekin. You could make so many of them. And then you can keep some for yourself. And then you just have your little pot of goodness. You just take it out right when your company comes. Each little one, like in a little dessert plate like this, would be adorable. You could garnish it with a little raspberry or whatever. I'm thinking I'm going to create a peach flan in honor of Georgia. All right, y'all. I'm going to act like it's this light over my head that's making me look like I have a lot of highlights and not that I'm going gray and I haven't been to the hair salon. It's all good. This texture is so velvety, smooth, and creamy. Y'all, do yourself a favor. If you love yourself, do this. If you don't love yourself, why don't you love yourself? Start loving yourself. Be kind to yourself. Eat this. Now, love yourself. Don't love yourself too much and eat too much. Everything in balance and proportion. I'm so glad I made this today. Flan de queso de coco. Remember, very few ingredients. Eggs. Sweetened condensed milk, coconut milk, but you can use evaporated milk, coconut extract, vanilla extract, cream cheese bar. 1 Philadelphia cream cheese. That's it. And then sugar for your caramel. It's not very expensive either. And what a wow factor it could do for any guests you're having. Hopefully they don't have any egg allergies, but y'all, it's considered a custard, but it's basically like Puerto Rican cheesecake. So good. It's a cross between, it's like if creme brulee and cheesecake had a baby. Bam. Flan de queso. Coconut flavored. And that's it. That's what she wrote. Oh my goodness. If y'all weren't watching, I licked this plate. But I'm going to try to act like the 40-something-year-old that I am with a kid in college and not lick the plate. I'm not going to lick it. Not in front of you guys. Anyways. So please do yourself a favor. Do this. Could be a new family tradition classic for the holidays or anything like that. So from my kitchen to yours, buen provecho. Look at that beauty. See how it looks. It's been flipped over. Oh, that caramelly goodness. I just cut this piece and tasted it. Amazing. Now it can go in my fridge and it'll keep for several days. I'm going to put saran wrap over it and put it in my fridge. But it won't last days. Maybe tomorrow, which is Tuesday, and then Wednesday. By Wednesday, it'll be gone.